Dodson.
Here.
Burbank.
Please rise and
To the flag of the United States.
Justice for all.
is the council agenda. We do have one item that is added, 3.2. That is in the action. With that change, I'd look for a motion to approve the agenda. Motion carries. Next up, we have Mayor Jessup, and Mayor, you've got a couple of things for us.
I do. Thank you, Council President Rainey. First off, recognizing not a lot of people know, over 1,000 people in Steele County are employed in the travel industry. 11 National Travel and Tourism Week. Jake DeShale and myself interviewed Micaiah Collins and have chosen her for the office, so I would ask for council's approval to appoint her.
Any questions on that? Hearing none, I'd look for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Dan to approve. Motion carries.
Ms. Collins is here tonight, so Micaiah, if you come forward, please. Constitution of the State of Minnesota. The laws of the City of Owatonna. And I will faithfully and impartially discharge. Fire Civil Service Board obligations. For the City of Owatonna. Which I have been appointed to. To the best of my knowledge and ability.
And you said you were just visiting.
This evening.
That is it. Thank you, Council President Rainey.
Thank you. Now, on collectively, with that, I will entertain a motion on these consent agenda items. Motion to approve. Motion by Doug to approve. Do I have a second? Second. Second by Don. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying 26-04, amending Chapter 93 of Title 9 of the 2015.
Thank you, President Rainey. There's been no.
Mr. Waltman. Nate.
I did get a question from a constituent on playing of the Christmas music down in the park.
Oh, that would be fine. That's.
Any other questions? This being an ordinance, I ask for a vote.
Aye. Rainey.
Aye.
You have 7 ayes.
Thank you. Next up tonight is 3.1.2.
Yes. The purpose of the proposed ordinance is to provide a permit fee for section 93.029. Background on this is that in February, such as megaphones, bullhorns, and public address systems, provided exceptions to prohibition. And so this ordinance is the one that establishes the permit fee and for initial.
Hearing none, I'd look for a motion to approve. Motion to approve. Motion by Brent to approve.
Bulky.
Aye. Aye.
Benby.
Aye.
Rainey.
Aye.
7 ayes.
That was moved in the
Well, I didn't know that. I had downloaded my agenda like on Friday, so it was updated. I would appreciate that email that it was updated.
3.2.1 resolution 46-26 to accept.
Mayor and Council, requesting Council's approval of Resolution 46-26, which is for 2026 street utility project bid acceptance. We received those bids from 7 companies, with Hazelton Construction LLC out of Faribault being the lowest responsible bidder. The bid was $311,000 lower than our engineer's estimate, or roughly 11.8%. Budget impact for this project is a contracted project cost of $2,623,273.94, and the 2026 street utility project is going to be financed through a combination of city funds, OPU funds, and special assessments. With that, staff recommends approval of this resolution to accept the bids and award the contract to Hazelton Construction LLC of Fairfield, Minnesota. And along with that, we'll have City Attorney Mark Waldron work through contract review and ensure that all appropriate.
Second by Don. Any further discussion? 26, to set a public hearing on May 19th, 2026 for the street reconstruction.
Positions, that's who usually present reconstruction plan. So with this request, council's approval, state statute section 475.58 and subdivision 3 as amended the act to prepare a plan for reconstruction overlay of streets in the city over the next 5 years, including a description of the effect and to issue general finance costs of street reconstruction and overlay activities described in the plan. $0.6 million premium, and it is not to exceed. So the budget impact 2026.
Thank you. Any questions for Sean?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Nate to approve, by the second. Second by Brent. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Our next resolution is 3.2.3, resolution 48-26, accept quotes for library chimney insurance claim work. And
Jason Ringhofer.
Jason Ringhofer is here. So good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. My name is
Will you
Jason
pull the
Ringhofer.
mic down? Yeah, there you go.
My name is Jason Ringhofer. I am a facilities manager in Owatonna here. And I am here on the item of resolution 48-26. Accept quotes for library chimney insurance claim work. The resolution for 48-26 approved quote for library chimney wind damage repairs. A little bit of background on it. The damage that was done was on Friday, February 28th, 2025. The library incurred wind damage to the north chimney. The wind tore loose the chimney caps along with 2 boiler exhaust pipes. The wind whipped the chimney caps around, damaging the brickwork and causing many bricks to fall into the alley and onto the library roof. The roof is tile, and many tiles are broken and damaged. The immediate repair of covering the roof, tarping it, and taking care of the roof repairs has been accomplished already. The scope of work that I'm asking for today is the repairing of the chimney brickwork, replacing damaged copper chimney caps and flashings, and repairing the boiler exhaust pipes. The signed agreement with the contractor will also be reviewed by our attorney, Mark Waldron, and the budget impact that is also an insurance claim would be $70,190 that would be provided by, the service would be provided by Frederickson Masonry. Staff recommends approval of resolution 48-26.
Thank you. Any questions for Jason on this? Doug?
I promised Jason, since it was his first time at the mic tonight, we'd really grill him here.
All right.
There's a massive disparity in those 2 bids. Are we quite confident that Frederickson Masonry knows what they're doing?
Multiple times we have gone back to them and said the same thing. We do have it in writing in their quotes, it's asking for the specifics of what their job curtails. They have it down to even providing the amount it's costing for the scaffolding. They have agreed also to keep that scaffolding there for the copper contractor, which was All-Star. The two of them work together. They've actually contacted me last week and wanted to together go up and verify measurements and work together on it. I have countless times gone back to both of them and said, is this the true cost? And they have come back with accuracy. They're sticking to it.
Okay, thank you.
One other quick question, sorry, Kevin.
Oh, go ahead.
Probably for Jenna, but did insurance end up covering this whole fiasco?
I believe it was turned into our insurance claim. You've been
So
working with these.
this has been turned into an insurance claim. Our insurance, from the way I understand it, is $100,000 aggregate. $1,000 is gonna be out of our pocket to pay for this.
Dave?
If I remember correctly, everything else to plug in.
I believe, I was in building inspections at that time, but I do believe it was.
On a deal like that, are we able to recover any overtime?
As part of the claim. If you are correct, it did happen, I think on the holiday weekend, and it was a super windy day, and our buildings crew came in, along with, I think our fire department helped out to get the site secure.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Motion by Brent to approve, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Dan. Any further discussion? I will say, Jason, great job. Cheers.
That's a different last name. Do you happen to have any other relation?
Our final resolution tonight is 3.2.4, resolution 49-26, purchase fireworks.
What is this, please?
Fireworks.
Fireworks, Mark?
Very good, okay. The purpose of the resolution is to authorize the city to execute an agreement with J&M Displays, the vendor of the fireworks, for the annual Patriot Skies fireworks display, the cost of which will be borne by Early Edition Rotary Club of Owatonna. In recent years, the Steele County Agricultural Society served as the conduit for the purchase in the past. Because the Steele County Ag Society is no longer able to act as the purchaser, the Rotary has asked the city to step in as the nominal purchaser of the fireworks from J&M, the cost of which will, just as in the past, be paid by Rotary. J&M carries $10 million in general liability insurance and will provide us with a security. The city's listed Minnesota Cities Insurance Trust, our insurer, will provide an endorsement, or has provided an endorsement to our policy for the one-time premium of $250, which amount is being paid to the city by the Rotary. Under the Minnesota Tort Liability Act, the maximum liability ever to the city in a case of the maximum amount that would ever need to be paid by the city, but which is covered by our insurance, is $1.5 million. Budget impact is none, and having reviewed the documents and having been advised by the city's insurance advisor, Jeff Hansen, we recommend that the council adopt the resolution.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Walbrad? Hearing none, I look for a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second. Second by Dan. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Proposals.
Council of our project proposal acceptance and contract awarding. This project goes through and adjusts all of the storm sewer, sanitary sewer, water gate valves or manholes, and touches up any concrete curbing that may need to be fixed on our self-performed overlays. We received 2 quotes, one from Steve James Excavating on April 30th, 2026, the other from Hazelton Construction. And Steve James Excavating was our lowest responsible bidder, and the bid was $28,613.05, or 23.1% under our engineer's estimate. The contracted project costs will be $95,380.25. The overlay project is going to be paid for with engineering, stormwater, sanitary, sewer budget, or operating budgets, along with participation from Motown Public Utilities, which will be reimbursing us the costs associated with the water improvements. With that, staff recommends approval.
Thank you. Any questions on this? Motion by Nate to approve, by the second. Second by Don. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're now up to staff report and back to Mr. Murphy.
Before we proceed,
Yes.
can you just clarify in ordinance 2604 that there was a motion?
I only got the roll call vote, I didn't catch a motion or a second.
I believe it was Nate and Brent.
Right after Attorney Walbright presented.
I don't remember if that was. I'll make a motion though.
We just make a motion and second it.
Motion by Nate,
Second.
second by Brent. Any
Okay,
further?
thank you. Just wanted to make sure
Okay.
that.
We required it, we did one.
Yeah.
We just didn't want to not have a motion.
Yes.
Okay.
So now on to Sean Murphy.
Perfect. Jackson, can you pull up the PowerPoint presentation? Perfect, thank you. Again, good evening, Mayor and Council. Happy to report a few things that are upcoming from the Public Works Department. A couple of the items were presented on here tonight, right? Our 2026 street and utility project, Hazelton Construction, as you just voted on tonight, will be awarded that contract, pending contract review with City Attorney Walbrand. Will consist of Ivy Street and Cardinal Drive. Hazelton is very eager to get started on the project. There are certain as possible because there's a little bit of lead time currently going out with the current production climate. So they're very eager to get on this project and start moving. Staff will be working on setting the pre-construction meeting later this week and reporting that out in the coming weeks. The start date and other relevant information will be communicated out to property owners once the timeline has been determined, and then have further communication with Hazelton Construction. Just a reminder from Mayor and Council, or to Mayor and Council, that this is our top priority project for street and utility due to aging infrastructure, both within our storm sewer system, sanitary system, and the road itself. This is one of our priority projects outlined in our collection system study from 2023. So this is an upsize of sanitary sewer. This is the last connection point to upsize, so the downstream end, which has a service area all the way to south of the fairgrounds, so bowling alley. So it has a pretty wide sewer shed. So increasing that capacity was identified in that plan, as well as a priority project for our storm sewer system. So, any questions on that? No. So. With our self-performed, we're going to be working on 2 neighborhoods this week, which will be roughly over 2 miles of new roadway. And Locust, and then also Norwood Place as well. The other neighborhood is just down the road here, just east of State Avenue. So getting into Fairview, Flowerville, Flora, Highland, Hillsdale, Pleasant, Franklin, as part of this neighborhood's overlay project. As I mentioned earlier, we will be improving storm sewer, not improving storm sewer, improving storm sewer catch basins, raising those that need to be raised or replacing those that need to be fixed, along with sanitary and water as well, and then also replacing any beat up curb that needs replacement as well. The prep work on this project is expected to begin in a couple weeks, with paving to begin in mid to late June. So, any questions on our overlay projects?
Just got a question. My assumption then is that the hot mix plants are open or opening next week. No, it's typically around the 15th of May.
Yeah, so the plant in St. Paul always opens a little bit earlier because they can pull production together better and have a wider net, because people are eager to start fixing some of the potholes, repair issues that they've been limping along, or water main breaks, those types of things. So that usually opens in early May. I haven't got confirmation that the bid plants, we typically get out of Fairville, if they've opened or not yet. But yes, you're right, it is right around this time, and it's weather dependent too. So we've had some pretty decent weeks, colder than usual, but they can still produce. So I wouldn't be shocked if they are open.
Thank you. Any questions for Sean?
Just speaking of street maintenance in general, we touched on two of our more significant investments in our street projects with reconstructions or some milling overlays. We also have thin overlays that we can apply that helps with surface treatments. We can Durapatch that provides a tight bond with rock pieces that help patch up holes and seal them in a little bit better than just hot mix does alone, and then obviously doing some of those spot repairs. So whether it's our crews or other crews that are working within the right of way, we just ask people to slow down, exercise caution, and make sure we're paying attention to those people in the high-vis vests. So. And then just to highlight a little collaboration between our parks maintenance and our street maintenance teams. I'm sure many people have noticed that the pedestrian bridge in former dam at Darts Park, pieces had finally fallen into Maple Creek. Going through the permitting process with DNR, and we try to work better together and utilizing our staff's talents to make some improvements to some of our great facilities that we have. And then
Sean?
Yep. With some slope stabilization, but this one is just a little more unique. There was a lot more cut that needed to come out just because of those retaining walls that stuck out from each side of the ped bridge and dam. So
Nice job to your guys.
They did a great job, especially when there's a playground so close. It really looks good. Thank you.
yeah, absolutely, I'll make sure to tell them too. Just a last bit of information. So to follow any of our construction projects that we have within the city that we post online, you can go to owatonna.gov/street projects. Me, so just putting in your email address or your mobile phone number if you want to get texted, and signing up for those. You do also take any questions that the council might have.
Appreciate their service. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
For now, for public comment, please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Please approach the microphone, sign in, and state your name and address for the record after being acknowledged by the council president. Speakers will be limited to 3 minutes to deliver their comments. Council Vice President Voss will be timing and hold up a hand after 2 minutes 45 seconds to notify the speaker they have 15 seconds to complete their comment. Those speaking are asked to conduct themselves in a respectful manner as they deliver their comments. Audience members are asked to refrain from
I'm gonna use the mic, I hope everybody can hear me. I couldn't hear some of you, learn to use the mic. I've been involved with many contentious situations, but I think this is probably gonna top it. This is a tough one. The administration does a lot of work. Fired up. I'm glad to see her moving forward with alternate, or at least considering what might be an alternative to the present presentation. I know I've only got 3 minutes, and I'm thankful that there'll be another opportunity to speak at the library on Saturday. I know we've talked about pretty thorough review of what's taken place up to this point. I submit that if a survey would have been done on the maybe a little different slant would have taken place. Personally, I like the option 1, using the present Bank Law Enforcement Center. I think there's a lot of synergies that can be and could be addressed there that would bring the cost down, and by separating them, we've added about $7 million cost to the project. I think another idea might be to move the public is to have a citizens task force. They did that with great success for the new high school. The other thing I would like to mention is I think it's very important that it be made clear to the public that it's going to have to be a civic center or the civic building is going to have to be on a civic center is going to have to be on the back burner. A lot of people are saying, you know, the figure of $78 million is. The other thing is, a lot of people are asking, what's going to happen with the 1906 I think out of it, and I think they can. I think the public wants a law enforcement center. I think they want a fire station. If you separate them, you should only do one at this time.
Chad, will you sign in right there? Chad? Yeah.
E, not the other Linholtus, Holthus, always want to clarify that. 1070 Truman Avenue, and I have told you before. And I'm going to say a short prayer. Lord, help me with the words that I need to say today. -666 and Minnesota Field for Archaeology Act, Minnesota Statute 138.40. And again, I apologize, we came late. I think that you need to consult with the Minnesota State Historic Preservation Office for this project. Consulted on both the new police facility and fire station components of the public safety facilities project. And it also says that we believe placement of the new police facility diminish its integrity. I do not believe we should be building a police station. And I know that in the City of Owatonna brochure, why do you people think that you don't have to obey these Minnesota state statutes? I don't understand that, and I know you're not going to answer me. People, because I wanted them to understand what was happening here and how it was going to destroy. I think that we need to leave that alone. You start digging into that hill, what if you find little babies that were buried there? We don't know that. And basically the statute says,
Thank you.
properties, not just buildings.
Good job.
Properties. Thank you. Did you want me they want me to be arrested?
Melissa Zimmerman, 2525 Stony Creek Drive. Tonight, I want to address both the historic review issues and the continued lack of transparency surrounding this project. The city stated that no mandatory EAW was triggered because the buildings being impacted are not individually listed on the National Register, and no buildings would be destroyed. But that's not what Minnesota Rule 4410.4300 subpart 31 says. The rule applies to destruction in whole or part, or the moving of property that is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. All 42 acres of West Hills are contributing to the historic district. The land itself is part of the designated historic property. The exceptions do not apply here. The property impacts the historic property, or the project impacts the historic property, and should have triggered a mandatory EAW. The police and fire project has also always been presented to the public as one project, the Owatonna Public Safety Facilities. This is exactly how SHPO referenced it in their letters. Frankly, much of the research has been done by the public, not the city. We have email chains with state agencies longer than the city's own documented communications with SHPO. We know because we requested the records. At the same time, the city continues to refuses to fulfill the data requests here. We still have not seen studies requested months ago. Requests were closed without answers despite follow-up. The public concerns have always been clear: cost, location, and public input. Government transparency means making information about decisions, spending, and actions freely accessible to the public. Transparency is how trust is built. But that trust has been gone for a long time. And while the city seems to rely on the press to tell the public what's happening, we're relying on you. Not headlines, not summaries, you. We should not have to piece together major decisions through media articles, scattered meetings, and unwanted or unanswered data requests. And what frustrates residents the most is being told that we're wrong, while we're the ones reading the statutes, submitting the data requests, contacting the agencies directly, and fact-checking the information, because we cannot get answers locally. If residents keep reaching outside the city for answers, that should tell you something is broken. I've attended nearly every meeting for 4 years, yet the first real presentation to the public was February 3rd, 2026, where we were told this was already a done deal and the city was not seeking public input. 7 years in, and the first opportunity for public input is May 9th. Now we hear that there were 18 meetings discussing the police and fire. If that's true, where are those meetings? Show them to us. Where is the public participation? Why did it take a reverse referendum for the residents to finally get a town hall on May 9th? The public is here, people are showing up, the people are participating. But participation only works if the government participates too. Thank you.
Seeing no one come forward, we will close the public comment. If that will go to council comment, first up tonight is Councilmember Voss.
Thank you, President Rainey. Just one quick note, the great always the Kottke family. Most of the people here know who the Kottkes are. My classmate Barbie passed away a couple of weeks ago, so just wanted to express our condolences to them.
Councilmember Dotson.
Yeah.
Councilmember Burbank.
I do have something tonight. And Lynn, this will make you, this is in your alley. We, in our packet for this time around, West Hills Commission, which oversees the cemetery, made a request for, they need some help there, working on the yard, crosses, and they would really love to have water brought down there. I've talked about it, maybe the well is dry this year for that request, but it's on our radar. I mean, what more sacred ground can we take care of than the neglected kids that were buried there?
Stenby. Matt.
I just wanted to say thank you to Nikaya for stepping up and volunteering on the Fire Civil Service and Board of Appeals. Looking forward to getting to knowing you better, working with you better, and doing your best to help make our city better. Thank you so much.
Yes, well said. City Administrator Tuma.
Yeah, just a reminder that May 9th through Saturday, we do have our Council Connect at the library at 9 a.m. I know some council members can make it, not all of them, so I look forward to that. And then I just wanted to reiterate that the city does work with SHPO and has, and will continue to work with them. So that's all I have.
I have nothing, so with that, I look for a motion to adjourn.
We have someone that wants to speak.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
My name is Glenn Underwood. I live at 1395 Edinburgh Place. I don't think you guys have done a good enough job. You need to look a little bit farther. This is no place for the police station. And,
By Don, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned.